All right, Nathan, what are we doing today?
All right, we're back on the Cordy. We're going to get the engine and box in today. That's the plan. We bought one of these engine support bars so we can kind of level the engine out. And also Jason from Tough Mounts has supplied us a Make It Fit bracket kit. He's given us BA mounts, so he must have thought about this.
Yeah.
So this must actually bolt to that engine.
We're hoping so anyway, fingers crossed.
Yeah, so he's given us them and then some brackets as well. So that should be all good. Bunch of stickers.
We've used Tough Mounts many times before and nearly all of our builds so far.
Every car has Tough Mounts in it.
Really awesome bit of kit. Never failed us yet. And they're made well. Like Nate said, Jason's actually thought about this and given us something that should potentially fit because unfortunately, there is no engine mounts for a sock into a Cortina.
No, you can buy them for a Windsor or a 351 maybe. So that is the plan today. It's not much, but we do have a few issues that we're going to run into. Like the sump is front sumped on that engine. It needs to be rear sumped to suit that. So the sump's got to come off. We are going to gut the engine down to pretty much nothing because we don't need anything that's on it. We do have to mate the gearbox to the engine as well. So we've got a Dello Conversions bell housing that we've got to bolt on. So we're going to get all that ready and then drop it in and weld up some mounts.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of work today before
just to mount an engine.
Just to mount an engine before we can just pretty much weld these up. So
Yeah.
There's a lot to think about. This is sort of a major stage.
This is a big stage, yes.
Yeah.
Then once this is done, we can get to the speed parts.
Yeah. All right, shall we see what we're dealing with?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so before we kick off today's episode, we thought we'd take a quick minute to talk about these things. Anyone remember these things when we put this on this cart ages ago? There was a lot of interest in these things when we introduced this to the channel months ago now. Many people asked, can we actually start selling these things? So for anyone that was interested in getting their hands on a thread tester, this thread tester will basically identify nearly every single bolt that you will find on most cars, metric and imperial as well too. It's really awesome. This has been a lifesaver when it's been coming to working on cars, being able to identify a thread quick and easy. This is going to be available on the Hackshop Garage website, so head on over if you want to grab yourself one of these. It will be in limited numbers because these are handmade by my brother, but if you want to get yourself one, get in early and we'll get one shipped out to you as soon as possible. It also goes a really long way with helping support the channel as well too if you did want to do that. Anyway, let's get this engine in this car. So first things first, we need to get the major components out.
Yes, let's get everything out and on stands. And then...
So this is our gearbox, same gearbox that came in the car. It is what, a C9, isn't it?
Yes, this is a C9 gearbox. It's been fully built and it's ready to go. We finally don't have to deal with gearbox issues.
The fluid that we drained out of this thing was pretty much brand new. I've never seen fluid come. It looks cleaner than when it comes out of a bottle.
It's never been driven on. So that's ready to go. We've got a bell housing. We've got a Barra bell housing.
So this is the bell housing that makes this all possible, we're told.
So this is from Dello Conversions. I pretty much just did like a quick Googles and this was the first thing that come up and I was like, yep, cool, buy. So this is a Barra 2C4 bell housing. The AU engine is up there with the Barra engine, as in bolt pattern.
Oh, so it's the same, is it?
Yeah, so you buy it under Barra.
Right, okay.
Yeah, when the EA, EF, all those engines is in a different level. So we're dealing with Barras.
Basically early Barra.
We're dealing with a Barra. Except one of those ones that's missing a can.
And this, I don't know whether we really spoke about this. This is our engine.
Yes, we didn't talk about this in the first episode. If you watched the introduction, you will know. This is our engine. This is a Intech out of a AU Falcon. The mighty AU Falcon. The heart of the lion, the heart of Australia, the heart of a king. This engine has pretty low kilometers on it. Not that it really matters because we're rebuilding it, but it should be a pretty clean engine. But we don't need any of this junk on it. So it can all come off, wiring, everything. We don't need nothing on it.
Yep.
Make our life a lot simpler to get it in and a lot simpler to work around because none of this is staying. There's no power steering in this car. AC, whatever it is that. You know, intake manifold can come off.
Exhaust manifold, gone.
Exhaust manifold, everything, let's just take everything off.
Sump, gone.
Sump gone. We're going to have to rock no sump. So let's not drop the engine.
Yeah, there's going to be, and there's going to be oil everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm excited to make all this together and swing it in.
Yeah. All right, let's get it up on the engine then.
Yeah.
That was a release. That was smooth.
God, I love it.
It's nice to be back in the stock, isn't it?
door collect.
You excited?
Yeah. I reckon camera there, toolbox there, and then just...
2 little really great benches either side. Which side do you want? Hot side, cold side?
Go to town. I'll take the hot side.
Yeah, okay.
I'm already here.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
That's definitely the reason why we should run that. I mean, the effort to go from that side to that side, it's just not worth it.
It's a big journey.
You might get lost.
Can't go over it.
Hey,
Can't go under it.
let's get stripping.
Yeah, let's get stripping.
That's black.
Pogo stick once again. Bum. There's your ITBs, man. Bum.
One day, off comes the most hated thing in the stock. That's a good hammer.
Also wear it as a hat.
Yeah, it's a good hammer.
Oh, that's what smells. Rat.
Ooh, lovely. Do you want this? Bye, engine man. Alright, where are we at?
Alright. Engine is completely stripped down. Not completely, but to what we think is enough. So we can start mocking up. But now, I just did some extensive research of 2 minutes on the Google Labs.
Which is about the most we ever do.
And this car needs to be rear sumped. The sump needs to be at the rear.
And as you can see,
We
we are front stumped.
it is front sumped. And these do not come rear sumped, I don't think. The FG comes with a rear sump, but I don't know if the bolt pattern, if they bolt up.
Can anyone tell us?
Can anyone tell us? If not, it looks like we're custom making a sump. But our issue with that is we can't fit the engine with the sump on. So we've got to remove the sump.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is remove the sump, and then we're going to get the gearbox bolted up to it, and then go get lunch, and then swing her in.
That's the plan.
That's
the
plan.
hope.
Let's do it.
These are huge side bolts.
Are they?
The LS doesn't do this, but it
Yeah,
does have side
the LS does.
Does it?
Yeah.
We totally need to build a tray for doing exactly this, but anyway, we're here. Alright, let's get messy! You ready?
You do it.
Watch my spanner.
There it is.
You've got it?
Yep.
Front. Out you come.
Ooh, look at that nice girdle. God, you can tell that these are stronger, eh?
Oh yeah. We really need to build one of these for the Fairlane. That could be a problem.
Huh?
Oil pump.
Yeah.
How do they get around that? I mean, as long as
it clears.
As long as we can move this tube, that's fine. But yeah, we'll take the tube off here.
I reckon it'll clear. I reckon it'll work. Maybe. We'll see. What's it called? The rack and pinion is like here. You know what I mean? So we might be able to just like go over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my god!
God, it's light this one.
You think so? I wasn't ready for that light.
He wasn't ready.
It's actually not even tight. Oh, hang on. Oh boy!
That'll be full of fluid, eh?
Yep.
Oh man. Why is it so full?
I don't know. Look how clean it is.
I've never seen transmission fluid so red.
It's so clean, probably because there's so much in it.
Alrighty, dude.
Love tap. Love tap. Gasket or something on the back of it?
Ah, there is fluid coming out of it. Oh,
holy shit! You just undid the pump. The pump must come out with it.
Oh no. Does this gearbox separate? Hold it, I'm going to put it back in.
Huh.
No, surely it separates.
Interesting. We just learned something. It must bolt all the way through to the pump. Wow, I would never have guessed that.
No.
Obviously we didn't. So what's just happened is we've gone to unbolt it and the whole pump has come out with it.
Should we pull it out? I get like.
Do we lift the pump out? Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad. Nah, it's not important at all. Watch it.
Oh my god, we're pulling apart an auto.
That's into the trans.
Oh my god, we just pulled apart an auto.
Jesus.
What have we done? You learn something new every day. And right now I'm learning that I like BTRs a lot more than this. That's scary. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, boy. Oh, there it is.
Is it going?
Yep.
It's just really stuck in there,
It
right?
is, isn't it? Yep, that's it. Keep going. Oh.
It's a baby boy. Alright, off you go.
Alright. Let's put this back in the trans.
I don't like this. I don't like dealing with transmissions that I don't understand like others.
Ooh, she's snug on that. Whack it. Give it a thwack.
There's probably like auto guys right now. No! You don't do it that way! This is a detour we weren't expecting. Don't miss this putt. Oh, that's it. That looks right. Okay, so what we figured out is this bail housing is substantially thicker than the original bail housing, so bolts aren't actually going to be long enough. So we found some of these. These aren't going to be the ones that we leave in it for good because we don't know what they're rated to or anything like that. But they're going to work for the meantime, just to at least get this fit up to be able to put in the car, because once all this goes in and comes back out, we've got to pull it all out to put the converter in anyway, so no harm done. Alright, so we are bolted in. All the bolts are in now. Like I said, we'll replace them at a later date because we don't know what grade they are or anything like that, so worry about that later. But we did actually have to pull it back off again and give just in there, I don't know if you can see it, just in there a little bit of a nick because it actually was touching and hitting right there, which meant that it wasn't pulling up hard. But it's done now, so hopefully now we should be ready to bolt it to the engine. But before we do that, we're going to have some lunch, get some food in our bellies and come back and worry about this later.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
No. I mean, it's probably it's probably simple. Like people are like, that just comes out, don't worry about it.
We don't like seeing the inside of autos.
No, there's so many loose things. Everything's loose.
I don't like it. Stick to my manuals.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'd stick to auto.
Alright, we're going to quickly pull out these engine mounts because they're obviously going to get away when we drop the engine in. And we might end up reusing the backing plate on these because it kind of works. And then we're going to go from there.
Yeah. Chop her in.
Bye.
Hello.
These have got to be the biggest engine mounts I've ever seen on any vehicle.
They're pretty bulky.
I'm pretty sure truck engine mounts aren't as big as this. What do they think that crossflow was going to do?
Oh, I don't know. You're pretty talky. Maybe it's going to twist the engine mounts out of it.
Alright, so our plan now is we're going to get the gearbox mounted to... Oop, there goes all those... That was a bad idea getting you to do that with all those washers. We're going to mount the gearbox up to the engine. And then once that's mounted, we're going to try and sling the whole thing in one go. Because we don't have any way to mount the gearbox and hold it in place.
Hold the engine while we mount the gearbox.
Yeah, there's not enough mounting points to mount all this together. Alright, let's get this on.
Alright.
No more stuffing around.
No more stuff around. See, we're learning on someone else's car.
Feels like we're asking a lot of that engine right now.
Alright, let's hope this is not like the BMW and it's one time, one day.
It's so sketchy.
I know, yeah.
Yep. Easy as pie. Okay, so here's where we're at. The engine is nearly bolted into the back cross member for the transmission. It's just got one side in. We can't get the other side in because the engine, as you can see, is sitting really skew-if. Our biggest issue is the starter motor, as you can see, is hitting right up against that firewall there. Now the starter motor in the old engine was on this side. Much more room. You can see there, heaps more room. Now before we go to the next scene, remember, Hackshop Garage. Hack being the key word. We're about to do some surgery. The doctor is in the lab. Alright, so why are we doing this? Why are we cutting this lug off? Well, it's tight and it's hitting right here, and we're looking at that lug and we're like, what do we use for? We cannot for the life of us think what it is. And I'm sure someone's going to be like, you idiots. Why did you cut that off? But for the moment, we can't figure out what it is. Because the starter motors on these things are a 2-bolt starter motor, top and bottom, just like that. Which means that lug is pretty much pointless. So we're going to cut that lug off because that'll give us at least like, that's fairly substantial. It's like maybe 15 mil or something like that. There's a fair bit in it. Once we get that cut off, then we can figure out how much we actually need to take out the firewall, because we're going down the path of, do we cut the firewall or do we massage the firewall? We would really rather massage it rather than cut. So that's sort of where we're at the minute. We're going to cut this first to see how much of a gain we get, and then we might have to massage the firewall after that. We reckon all in all we need about 20 mil. So this is already getting us about 10, maybe 15 mil to move it over. Even if it's touching now, it doesn't matter, as long as we can get it mounted, because once we pull the engine back out, then Tin Man can come along and he can actually cut and notch whatever he wants to do. An engineer can look at it and tell us whether it's a good idea or not. What can we do about it? At the moment, we just need to get this thing sat in. So keep cutting. You are an artist with the grinder.
I feel like I need like a chainsaw and like I should be an ice sculptor. That's good. I mean, I cut a little bit into the
into the sandwich plate.
Into the sandwich plate, but
that's alright.
That's okay. I reckon.
Let's see what it does now.
You want to see what it does?
Yeah, I reckon.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, that has helped us a little bit, but we're still hitting on. There's like a ridge there, so what we're going to do is going to pull it out now, and now I'm going to go to work and do what I do best. All right, we've gone through with a light touch, and we're just gently caressed and smoothed off this ridge that was coming out to about here. We're hoping that should be enough to get this thing sorted, so let's try again.
Drop it in again?
Drop it in again.
Woo!
All right, so where we are at, we've got it in, we have our clearance I mean, it's just enough at the moment, but there's a lot of issues that are coming with how this engine is sitting in the minute. It's really close to the front, so there's not a lot of room between the radiator and the engine itself, which is a problem. It also, the engine mounts look like we can make them work, but they're going to be a little bit trickier than we sort of hoped they were going to be. Height, we're trying to figure that out now, so we're not entirely sure. Our plan was hopefully today to actually weld these mounts up or get them tacked up so we can sort of have it sitting on the mounts itself, but I don't think we're going to get there today because honestly it's the type of thing now where we just need to hang it and take our time and really think about where this is going to go and if there's any better way of doing this, because the other problem is the sump of this thing is extremely close to the rack and pinion steering below it. So we need to look at that as well too, because that is very, very close. So our plan now is we're going to use our new tool to hang the engine, and then we're going to start playing with actually getting it, you know, lining up and make sure we know exactly where it's going to go. Then we're probably going to have to sit, do a lot of thinking and head scratching to figure out how we're actually going to make this work in the long run, because this is going to be bloody tight.
Oh yeah.
God, this is heavier than it looks. Oh, now we get to use our new gadget that we bought the other day. This would have been really handy when doing the
everything.
It's really heavy. Oh.
Really hope this works and doesn't crumple in the guards.
Dumb ways to die.
I think we've done sketchier things and use a stand, an engine.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now we find out whether we crumple guards. How strong are Cortina quarter panels? Solid?
Yeah, it's just solid as.
Okay. Would you park your car in it?
No. Yeah.
I feel like this could actually be worse than the BMW.
I think so.
And
I think we've definitely challenged ourselves on this one.
I reckon, and I can sort of see why there's probably not that many single overhead cam
Cortinas
in the world.
It's because they're death traps. Because they're so fast. I just want to go fast.
So we've measured the engine from engine mount to engine mount, and it's level now. Oh, sorry, it's centered in the bay. Going by engine mounts, which is probably the most reliable source we can use in a minute. So now we're going to go up and actually have a look underneath and probably cry for all things that we're going to find out in the issues. I already know today's thumbnail. It don't fit.
What a surprise!
Oh boy.
Not too bad. Not as bad as I thought, actually.
Actually, yeah, you know what? It's not as bad as it looks.
It's not. There's plenty of clearance there.
The sway bar ain't going to work, but we can lower the sway bar. But it looks like it's going to be really, really close. We might be able to lift it even just a little bit just to get past that. So you can see how close it is. Not a lot of distance between anything right now. This side's fine. The other side's not so fine. And we still got to route an exhaust through this. So I tried sitting in the radiator to see if it's going to fit. And it just misses by about a fan width. Which is not ideal. So I'm going to unbolt the fan now and actually just drop it in without the fan, because we might be able to change to a spell fan. They're much more compact. But yeah, this is going to be tight. This engine's going to have to come back. There's no way it's going to fit. Oh, without a fan, easy. Even with the world's slimmest fan, it's going to be tight.
Yeah.
Well, this is where we're going to wrap this one up here, because we really need to go away and do a lot of head scratching here, because there's so many different issues that are coming up with this not fitting. It fits, but it doesn't fit at the same time. There's a lot of issues that we need to address. Mostly because we have no room to fit our fans in a minute. I mean, we could put a fan on the front of the radiator like we said. We're talking about putting in a push fan and run them at the front, but then we have no room for an intercooler because we want to try and hide the intercooler as much as possible. We've sat a heater box in as well too. When we have an intake manifold, it's really close to that, which sort of stops us from being able to go any further back. But if we want to go back, then we could change the intake manifold to potentially maybe a tunnel vision style manifold, but again, there's no guarantee that it still wouldn't come out and maybe touch that. We don't know. If we go about 60 mil, it would be ideal, but then the intake manifold, regardless of tunnel vision or this one, is going to hit there. There's a lot of things we need to consider. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop here. We're going to go away, hit the think tank pretty hard. We're going to get Les, the owner, to come up here as well too, to figure out what he wants to do, because at the end of the day, it's his car, it's his call how he wants to attack this, whether he wants to end up cutting the firewall out, whether he wants to try and leave it where it is and we just work it out around it. We don't know. But all in all, at least we have the engine in today, and now we can sort of spend a day of just trying to figure out where it's going to actually end up, I suppose. But it looks tough in there for the meantime. Just wish it fit a bit better, I guess. Anyway, if you like this episode, and I hope you have, please consider liking and subscribing. It goes a really long way to supporting the channel and help us do what we do here. Like we said to you before, get yourself one of those thread testers. Other than that, I don't have any word of the day other than it's tight. It's real tight in there. There's not a lot of room, so yeah, we'll have to. There's a lot of thinking to do with this one.
There is.
But all in all, pretty good day. Anyone got any suggestions?
Anyone done this? Please hit us up.
Yeah.
I know it's been done a million times, but we just kind of need to know the tricks.
Yeah. How are people doing it? That's what we want to know. Anyway, until we figure it out, we'll see you in the next episode.
I do this every time, and I make it look like it's so difficult. Yep, up.
You make this harder than actually putting the engine in. It doesn't need to be this hard. I got it.
Oh, where's the pin? From the flow.
I don't know that one.
I go.
I don't know that song. What is that? She's so cruddy.
You know why? Because the Mighty Falcon doesn't service, doesn't get serviced.
No.
It services itself.
No. I'll admit my Barra and my Ute hasn't been serviced for 25,000, and I have no intention of doing it anytime soon either. Oh, is that the vac operation?
Yeah.
Alright, now I gotta get this. I love how we're so casual, but just pull this out. You got a real Dr. Hibbert laugh going today.
Do I?
Yeah, he's from The Simpsons. He was a doctor.
Was that the one that's like, ah, my baby, no. No, he does go like that.
No, he doesn't.
He does, doesn't
Dr. Hibbert.
he? But isn't there the other one?
Oh, hey everybody.
That's it. Hi, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
And the glass kills him.
Yeah. Dr. Nick Riviera.
That's it. See, I know some people. I don't know who Homer is though.
For those that don't know, Nathan has never actually seen The Simpsons.
Oh my god.
So Simpsons references are wasted on him. You're standing on my neck. 10 points to anyone who can guess where that's from.
Hey, my...
I like it already.
Is there 2 chains?
I hope so. Two chains!
Oh, that. Oh.
Right, so Nathan needs some motivation now. With the stresses of what this is causing, it's time for some motivation.
Not that I don't have the motivation, it's just I need the think tank working to figure out how the hell we're going to get all this to work. And when you shove a turbo in an engine bay,
it just makes you want to figure it out.
it just makes you 10 times happier. Really small.
It's tiny actually, yeah.
God, we've got plenty of room. What the hell, man?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I'm sick. Oh, there's heaps of room.
Just no room for anything else. Does that make you happier?
Yeah, that's so much better.
Now he wants to figure it out.